Today. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I have to do a technical thing here. Here we go. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here at this beautiful space where we celebrate love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, wisdom, joy, harmony, all the good that there is to be known. So if you feel like that is something you want to celebrate today, I invite you, if you would like to stand up and move your body, or just move your body in your chair, that's okay too, as we open up with this great song. Calling out around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? Spirit's here and the time is right for dancing in the street. They're dancing in Toronto,
dancing in the street,
and in Nigeria,
dancing in the street.
They're bopping up in Sweden,
dancing in the street.
All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. They'll be swinging and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, everyone, dance and twirl everywhere around the world.
Keep dancing, dancing in the street,
dancing in the street,
dancing in the street.
This is an invitation across all nations, a chance for folks to meet. They'll be laughing and singing and music swinging, dancing in the street. Philadelphia, PA,
dancing in the street.
Santa Fe and DC,
dancing in the street.
Can't forget Motor City,
dancing in the street.
All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. They'll be swinging and swaying, records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, everyone, dance and twirl everywhere around the world. Let's start dancing,
dancing in the street,
dancing in the street,
dancing in the street.
Up in Thunder Bay,
dancing in the
every
street.
Day they're dancing in the street,
dancing in the street.
Let's form a long line,
dancing in the street.
Time. We're dancing in the street,
dancing in the street.
Across the ocean blue,
dancing in the street.
You. We're dancing in the street, dancing in the street. Yeah! Thank you. Yay! So there's this thing that happens pretty much every Sunday morning. After the meditation, I start walking around, I'm like, I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm ready. And I get myself really amped up. So by the time I get up here, I am like flying. You noticed. Boy, if anybody's new here today, they're probably wondering, what is going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. We here at Unity of Tucson, we come together every Sunday to celebrate this magnificent thing called love, this magnificent thing called life, this magnificent thing that is part of who each and every one of us is. We are this power and presence of infinite divine creative energy, and there's no separation between that. And that's what we celebrate here every single week. Does that sound like a good thing to celebrate? Absolutely. I think it is. And I also like to remind everybody, because you know, there's some things that get said here that you might not. Oh. We should do a whole day that is underscored like you do at Gaslight. So there's a whole lot of things that get said here, and you may not agree to everything. You may not believe everything you hear today. But one of the things that we encourage here at Unity of Tucson is the deepest exploration of our belief system, to see what are those things that do butt up against our belief system. And maybe if we adopted that as a belief, it might feel better, or we may want to keep our beliefs. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Do you ever believe that in church? Like, so many churches say, well, this is what you must believe. I'm here to say, get in touch with what it is you believe, because our beliefs are creating the construct of our lives. They're creating the experiences of our lives. And as we take control of what it is we believe, what it is we think, and the way we feel about all of that, we have the capacity, each and every one of us, to make our lives better. Yes. Yes, Dawn. Yes. So that's what I am here to do, is to encourage a way of thinking that you get to decide how that works for you. Now, we do also have a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson, and I would love for us collectively to state out loud these words of our vision statement first. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is how we see the world. The mission are the steps we take to see that vision play out. And here are the words of our mission statement. Let's say these out loud together. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. If you're joining us for the first time, I like to sigh. I like to take breaths and sigh. And I realize there's something I just did that I get made fun of by my ministerial colleagues. I do this a lot. Now you're all going to notice how much I do this. And at a conference last fall, the funny things that ministers do at conferences, there was a talent show. And I could not participate in the talent show because I was tired. I didn't want to go to the talent show, so I went back to my hotel room and went to bed. But one of the people in the talent show had put together this skit that included me as one of the characters. So they had wanted me to play myself, but they got somebody to play me, and apparently that person stood up there the whole time and did this. So again, if you're joining us for the first time today, you know a little bit more about me. I want to acknowledge that anyone who's watching online, who's joining us for the first time today, whether you're watching live right now on a Sunday morning or you're watching subsequently in the archive video, so delighted that you have decided to spend some time with us here at Unity of Tucson. And if you go to unitytucson.com/connect, fill out some information there, we can keep this conversation going. I'm deeply grateful for you deciding to spend some time with us. Now, if you're here with us for the first time in the room, as you were entering, you might have been asked if you were joining us for the first time, and if so, there is a gift for you that is at the front table. If you did not receive your gift, please make sure to pick up that gift on your way out. But there is something else that we know about you and we want to share with you. So if you are comfortable with identifying yourself and are here for the first time, would you either please stand up or raise your hand and stay standing and keep your hands raised? Is there anyone? Welcome. Keep your hands up so we can, grateful. Now everybody's put their eyes on you. And you can put your hands down, and we're going to share with you what it is we know about you. Shall we? Yes. Here we go. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Thank you for shining your light and sharing your magnificence with us. Now, we know that about you because one of the things we teach here is that every single person that we encounter is, on some level, a reflection of that which is inherent within each and every one of us. So I think that we are energetically drawn to one another. So your magnificence that I see, I also acknowledge is a reflection of the magnificence in myself, and I'm sure that each and every one of us does something similar and understands that in a similar way. So I think we should all, every single one of us, if you're online sitting at Starbucks, say it out loud with us. Let those people at Starbucks wonder. And let's say these words out loud together. I am magnificent. Does that feel good? Yes, it does. Makes me feel good. Yes, it does. Now, like I said, that 15 minutes between meditation and the start, I'm like, yes. I'm going to take it down a notch now and be serious. I can do that. One of the things that we stand for here at Unity as well is a recognition that all faith traditions, all paths, all religious ideas, all spiritual paths, they're all rooted in one thing that we recognize and we call love. Many people call it God. The universal path of harmony and equilibrium, it's all one thing. And that every path to God is the right path. And so we honor all paths, all traditions here through a ritual that we've adopted here at Unity of Tucson called Lighting the Flames of Faith. And we have a magnificent group of people who we call keepers of the flames who guide us through this ritual every week. And here today to guide us in this ritual are Nancy Bevins and Laura Cass.
So I love when I come in this part when we've had all this hoo 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 ha hoopla, and then I'm going to come up here and be really quiet and still and center us. It's a big job to go from to Anyway, when I was coming in this morning and looking at the mountains and looking at all the plants and things, and every day for the last week or whatever, my phone says that it's going to rain, and it never has, at least not where I live. So I got here early and I went into the prayer room for a while to pray about that and to see if I could find any really great quotes or anything about rain. And I didn't. They were either really very traditional, or they were things like, remember, if it rains, there's the mud. And I thought, well, that's not unity at all. So what I'd like to do, because this is really, we haven't had rain for a long, long time, and maybe we can just we can do this, we will do this all together. All I want to do is say the word rain 5 times, and have us all just say it together, and raising that consciousness, and that it brings to us how important it is, and perhaps that spreads out there somewhere, I don't know, but I'm thinking kind of in like a chant, like if you would join me in like, rain, 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 rain. Namaste. And so it is. Leave your umbrella at home. Okay. Now we're really going to do something here, Nancy and I. First thing, we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the 4 noble truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are, as yet, unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experience. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Nancy. This candle here, of course, is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated. We keep this candle consistently illuminated as a reflection of a consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow our inner peace to inform our thoughts, our intentions, and our deeds, we, right where we are, each and every one of us, is creating a more peaceful world. And so let's honor this understanding and let's honor this idea and this candle by reading together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. Yes, it does. I am so deeply grateful for the magnificent core of individuals who have stepped into service here as prayer chaplains, and I'm so grateful for what they bring to our inspiration opportunity every single week, and here to guide us with a reading and in our monthly affirmation and in prayer. Please welcome today's prayer chaplain, Ruth Starwell.
So I'm just going to riff a little bit on a couple of things that Reverend Jonathan, has shared with us in the last couple of weeks. One, a couple of weeks ago, the lyric from Erica Luckett in her song, Awe. If you're not in awe, you're not paying attention. And then last week, Jonathan mentioned that sometimes, Reverend Dr. Jonathan, that sometimes we're a prisoner of our own idea of reality in the realm of the relative and completely miss the absolute. So this is a poem by Christopher Fry called A Sleep of Prisoners. The human heart can go the lengths of God. Dark and cold we may be, but this is no winter now. The frozen misery of centuries breaks, cracks, begins to move. The thunder is the thunder of the flows, the thaw, the flood, the upstart spring. Thank God our time is now when wrong comes up to face us everywhere, never to leave us until we take the longest stride of soul we ever took. Affairs are now soul size. The enterprise is exploration into God. Where are you making for? It takes so many thousand years to wake. But will you wake, for heaven's sake? And returning to the lyrics of Erica Luckett, if you're not in awe, you're not paying attention. Holding the mystery, step into the river and feel eternity. As the sun will rise and the rain will fall, may we begin each day with gratitude and awe. May we begin each day with gratitude and awe. So I'll read our monthly affirmation and just allow yourself to open to that, and then we'll read it 2 times together. Deeply, I pay attention and experience only awe. And with me. Deeply, I pay attention and experience only awe. And again. Deeply, I pay attention and experience only awe.
Settle into the harmonics that are created here in this moment. Ah. love of God. It is my life. I am love. I am strong. I am strong. The strength of God, it is my life. I am strong.
So I invite you into prayer, stepping into the river and feel eternity, opening to the power and the presence that is right here, right now, always present, that which is unlimited, that which is intimate in this moment, in this life, in your life. The power and the presence that is magnificence, expressing in so many ways. Pay attention. See the presence, feel the presence, be the presence. And so knowing that this presence, this power is always accessible to each and every one of us, stepping into possibility, stepping into love, stepping into joy, stepping into beauty, stepping into abundance of life expressing. Being open, being receptive, releasing all that is counter to that understanding of the truth, of the one, of the awe, of the absolute, of the here and now. So claiming possibility, claiming love, claiming awe, and allow that to be the pulse that breathes your breath and walks your walk. And so it is.
God, it is my life. I am love. Thank you. Don't go too far. Because we're essentially switching spots now. Back in March, I was introduced to this magnificent being of light. Yes. She came recommended very highly by a mutual friend of ours to participate in our Feeling Good concert. And when we went through that experience together, I said, Erin, would you ever want to sing here on a Sunday? And she said, yes. And so what was really magnificent about it is you jumped in like full on, right? And you came and joined this community so much while I was away on my sabbatical. And I want to say thank you for your guidance musically as well while I was on my sabbatical. And I'm so excited that I get to be here and experience you in person. So here today with our featured song, please welcome Aaron Anderson.
You guys probably know this song. Can you put your hands together? There we go. Please sing along, if you would like. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. The next stop we make will be England. We'll tell all the folks in Russia and China too. Well, don't you know that it's time to come on board and keep this train, yes, riding, riding on through. Hey, hey, hey. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, love train. All of my people over in Africa, well, tell all the folks in Egypt and Israel too. Hey, don't you miss this train at the station, 'cause if you miss it, I feel sorry, sorry for you. Oh, people all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. Ride, well, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Oh, people all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, people all over join hands and start a love train, love trains. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, love train. Ride, ooh, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands and start a love train, love train. People all over the world, come on, come on now, and start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train, love train.
Oh, I have so much to think about now. Again, it's all this 15 minutes before the service starts. All of these things are happening, and somebody was saying, "Oh, I'm looking forward to what you have to say today." I said, "So am I." I said, "I have notes, but." Right? Anyone who's been a minister or is a minister, I mean, if you've been a minister, you probably are still a minister, even if you're not actively engaged in leading a community. There's many different ways of being a minister, but those who are ministers, you have notes, and oftentimes they just go away. So we'll see what happens today. I want to start off with Sherry Hoffman. I don't know. Sherry's meditation this morning, you intuited something that I don't think you even realized you intuited. And if you don't join us for Sunday morning meditation, it's a really wonderful opportunity to come get yourself centered for about 10 minutes of guided meditation, and our prayer chaplains rotate through, and every single week it is an offering that we have here at 9:30, and she guided us on a galactic journey, beyond galactic, a universal journey today. And so you intuited something that actually was my intention today, is to invite us to think bigger. To think bigger. Last week, I talked about the field of unlimited potential, the field of unlimited possibility, the quantum field of all possibility. And that is a way that we can describe and understand the way we teach God here at Unity of Tucson and in the New Thought movement, that there is no being out there, that God is the beingness of all that is, and that we can recognize and we can teach it as a field of potential possibility. The enlightened of every age, Ernest Holmes offers us, have taught that back of all things there is one unseen cause. This teaching of unity is the chief cornerstone of all sacred scriptures. There is one unseen cause, and it is so much bigger than we can put our minds around in terms of understanding. I want to ask you a question for consideration, rhetorical. Where do you seek God? I just want you to think about it. Where do you seek God? In your meditation this morning, you invited us all to consider visualizing a journey off of this planet, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxy, to really look at the vastness of this universe. And I read recently, I didn't read the article, I'll admit. I saw a headline recently. Don't you hate that? I saw a headline. But these are the kinds of things that end up in my algorithm on social media. I saw a headline recently that said that astronomers and physicists are now saying that the universe is probably twice as old as we ever thought it was. That they for a long time, it's been 13.7 billion years old. Now they're saying it's over 26 billion years old. And so there's so much more to be known. There's so much more to understand. It is beyond the comprehension of our limited thinking. So as we go on this journey of exploring the universal, wow, for me to understand it from the point of view of this month's theme of awe, that's where I can seek and find God, because there's no aspect of it that is not God. Conversely, if I were to turn and look within, Sherry did that. Where do you seek God? She went right there. I can explore the depths of my beingness down to the very subatomic particles in their expression, and even beyond that, to the energy, the very energy that makes up the beingness that shows up as me. And that's God as well. For there is no thing that is not God. Now, the Sufi mystic Bastami said this: the knowledge of God cannot be attained by seeking, but only those who seek it find it. So it can't be attained by seeking, but only those who seek it find it. Well, there's a paradox if ever there was one. So looking outwardly, what do we find? Looking inwardly, what do we find? No matter where we look and the manner in which we look, I believe, this is my belief, you get to decide what you believe. I believe that no matter which direction we look, we are finding God always. And it is a decision to recognize it as such. It is a decision to recognize the all that is as God, because we can look to many things that would seem to contradict that idea. In 1980, there was a television program on PBS that I think became a cornerstone for me. It planted a seed for me as a seeker, hosted by a man named Carl Sagan, and the show was called Cosmos. That was such a seed for me of like exploring the world with awe. And most of you who know my age will know that in 1980, I was 7 years old. Talk about the opportunity to expand my thinking. Carl Sagan became someone whom I admired so, so deeply. I had the benefit when I was going through my studies to get my doctorate of consciousness studies. One of the books we read was by Carl Sagan's daughter, Sasha, and she ended up being a guest lecturer in one of our classes one night, and like, oh my God, I felt like, I'm 1 degree of separation away from Carl Sagan now. But yeah, I know, I was really starstruck. At very few times in my life have I truly been starstruck, but that was one of them. So, and that has nothing to do with what I really want to say today. It's just that I wanted to name drop. So anyway, I became completely infatuated with this idea of the universe, and I became, an amateur astronomer. I got a telescope when I was a kid, and if you come into my office, there's a telescope in my office that I haven't dusted off for a little while, but we keep talking about having a night where we all come out, turn off the lights, and put the telescope up and look at it. So anyway, one of the things that Carl Sagan did years after Cosmos and my introduction to him was he had this opportunity to invite us into a deeper understanding. So on February 14th, 1990, rather than looking out or looking within, astronomers did a different thing. We took a deeper look at our nature than ever before in a very different way. And that was when Voyager 1 turned the camera around and looked back at us. Can you bring up the slide? It's hard to see. Oh, go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's hard to see. Right there, that little blue dot, that pale blue dot, that's Earth. From 16 billion kilometers away. Billion kilometers away. That was my Carl Sagan impression. Billions and billions of kilometers. See, people know. What do you see there? Just consider that for a moment. What do you see there? Go ahead and go forward. This is what Carl Sagan saw there.
From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Our posturings, Our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe, are challenged by this point of pale light. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit? Yes. Settle? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known.
Consider that for a moment, because there are two ways we could understand that. We could look at that dot, that pale blue dot, and think of ourselves as less than in comparison to the breadth of the universe. Or we could decide that we are an integral part of the whole. The whole does not exist without us, without you. The whole would be lacking without you. And you, the core of who you are, is infinite in nature and scope. That's how I understand you. How do you understand yourself? Do you understand yourself as limited or an integral, infinite part of the whole? If you take to heart the way I see you, that the universe could not exist without you, if you took that to heart, what would you do with that information now? How would you choose to live your life moving forward? There's a common question in religious circles, in spiritual circles, particularly in those that have a definition of God. Many people approach religion and spiritual paths with this question: why is there suffering in the world? Some will ask it in this manner: if God is all good, have you ever heard that? If God is all good, why does God allow suffering? I have come to believe in my own heart that there is only one sufficient answer to that question. And the answer is in another question: why do we allow suffering? Why do we allow suffering in this thing called life? In this experience on this pale blue dot, why do we allow it? Every single person in this room, every single person that we're connected with online, every single person you encounter is a person of power who can eliminate suffering on this pale blue dot in a magnificent way if we all decided that that was what we wanted to do. There is no need for suffering. There is no need for suffering. We are conditioned to think of ourselves as small, as meek. We are conditioned in this fashion, and we go on this journey of finding ourselves, which is what brings a lot of people to these rooms, trying to find ourselves, right? Here's the thing: we cannot be found, for we were never lost. We were simply buried under erroneous beliefs. So rather than finding ourselves, why don't we take a step back and simply look back at ourselves? It's very serious today. if we take a step back in that space, like the 16 billion kilometers between Voyager and where Voyager started its journey, we fill that space with stories of challenge, of fear, of problems, and we are told to uphold those things as ideals in our lives because it is through suffering that we find ourselves. It is through suffering that we gain sympathy from our fellow individuals in this thing called life. And boy, doesn't that feel good when somebody sympathizes with the ills that we're going through. It feels good, right? We're kind of addicted to it. I'm inviting us all to go into a program to let that addiction go. I think we could decide to consider that distance through the lens of wonder, through the lens of awe. If we look at life through the lens of wonder, what do we see? What do we see? You who gather here, I would think, I imagine, this is my assumption, we know about assumptions, but this is my assumption. You who gather here, you who are connected to this community and watching and engage with this community, I would imagine you're all seekers. For I think that you are a reflection of something in me, and I am a seeker. What is it we seek? What is it we seek? Spirituality as an escape from a life of suffering. Some of us come to that looking at spirituality and spiritual practice as an opportunity to escape the life of suffering. The thing that sometimes happens with that, though, is that we come into these rooms and we hear these really nice messages and we get these affirmations and we take it out into the world and it's like, la, 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 Pollyanna, without the consideration that we have to look at the shadow to be able to shine and cast the light on the shadow. We must cast the light on the shadow. Spirituality, here's the thing about spirituality. Spirituality is inseparable from life. For we are spiritual beings, living in a spiritual universe governed by our use of a spiritual law, the law of mind action, the law of cause and effect, the law that says what I think, what I believe, and what I feel, and the way that those things work together are creating the construct of my life. So if I am suffering or I see suffering, there is no one else who is responsible to address that other than me. Spirituality is inseparable from life. It is a way of experiencing the truth of this moment and this moment and this moment and this moment with a clear mind and an open heart. Life itself is truth manifest in form. What are you going to do with that information, knowing that that's right where we are, that little pixel? There's a theory in quantum physics called quantum entanglement. You know what quantum, does anyone, I'm not going to ask you to get up here and explain it, but the concept of quantum entanglement is that absent the construct of time, that some action here has an equal action somewhere else in the universe. And it is not dependent on the time it takes to get there. It is instantaneous. Because in the infinite, there is no time. We all have the capacity to activate quantum entanglement in a way that sets things aright and eliminates suffering and discord forever. So my message today is to take to heart that that's where we are. Right there. My little laser pointer, right there. And I love that he calls this like in a beam of sunlight. You can kind of see it there. Right? This is the actual picture that Voyager took, by the way. I didn't just make this up. That's the actual picture that Voyager took in 1990. That's where we are. Right there. I encourage you to think of yourselves as universal, great, grand, magnificent. That's why I say every week, you are magnificent. Think of yourself in a different way. Live life fully, unabashedly, without fear. Let your definition of your experience now and evermore be described through the lens of awe. Recognize in all that you see as ordinary, there is the miraculous. Peace and blessings. You are magnificent. So the homework this week, if you are new to our community, I give homework every week as a way of encouraging a practical application of the principles we teach. So the homework this week is to consider some task that you look at in your life as mundane and apply a sacred frame of mind around that task. I will give you an example. When I was studying to become a minister, we were tasked with a similar idea, and one of the things that I find mundane that I actually really hated until I did this assignment was cleaning the bathroom. And I thought to myself, I'm in the place of choice to reframe that for myself and find the sacred in that task. And so I wrote a whole paper about how cleaning the toilet was a certain aspect of the spiritual practice, and scrubbing the shower was an aspect of spiritual practice. It doesn't have to be the bathroom, but I'm inviting you to find a task in your life, mundane, perhaps it's a task that you don't like, and see it through the new lens of awe, to find the sacred in it, create the sacred in the experience. Let's take a breath. Deeply moving my own mind into the space of this harmony, this song that speaks to my soul. As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me. Make me a symphony. Play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance, and may my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. I invite you into this prayerful moment with me. As I seek, I find. As I look within, I recognize only the infinite power and presence that is God. As I look outwardly, I see the same. For there is no place where God is not. God, the infinite power and presence of all creation, creation itself. It is all there is. And this is my core identity. This is the core identity of each and every one of us. There is no aspect of our physical expression that is not wholly divine. Rooted in this, I know that the word I speak right now is backed by the infinite creative power that is God. And I speak my word on behalf of each and every one of us to know that there is a life of awe to be lived, that we are each and every one of us living it fully, unabashedly, with joy, harmony, and peace at the core of its expression, and so much more. For the attributes of God are our attributes, for there is no separation. And so with gratitude overflowing from within, I let go of any sense of smallness. I let go of the idea that I am a mote of dust on a pale blue dot. For without me, without we, without each and every one of us, the universe is incomplete. And so I relish in and celebrate that. I let it be so as I relax, release, trust, and know this as the truth. And so it is. Amen. Love cover me, I will not be shaken, I will not be moved. Love cover me, may my heart awaken, tenderness be proved. Love cover me, love cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me, love, cover me. Sing it with me. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Sing it to somebody in the room. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Let's send it out to the universe. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Love, 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 love. Take it to your heart. Love, 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 love. I love that song. And I know I keep pitching it every week, but the man who composed that song, Gary Lynn Floyd, is going to be our guest in service on Sunday, September 24th, and he will be offering a concert that afternoon as well. I hope you have all put that into your date book. And let your friends know. We want to make sure that this room is filled, and we're also going to make it pay-per-view online, too, so that's an option as well. Would you please welcome here to guide us in our offering, our sharing speaker of the day, Emila de Toro. Emila, hello.
And her Kleenex because I've been sobbing.
Oh.
Laura had us chanting rain, I heard in my head so strongly a song that nourished me at Unity of Albuquerque that was written by Jan Garrett and sung and performed by J.D. Martin, the longtime Unity folks. And I remembered the nourishment that came with that song. I'm going to read just the first stanza of the song and probably cry through it. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I encourage you to look this up. Maybe we'll sing it here one day. It's really one of, I can't ever hear it without crying, in part because it reminds me of the nourishment that I receive every week when I come here to this spiritual center. And I'm so grateful for that. So as you are nourished, may you nourish the community that you are in. And there are many ways to give of your time, talent, treasure here. And of course, one is monetary. And you can give cash in our baskets, toss in the automatic giving if you are an automatic giver. You can use this QR code, text Unity of Tucson. But find a way to nourish yourself and all of us by giving today. Thank you.
Thank you, Emila. As the baskets go around, we're going to sing our given song. I love this song, too. I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
I circulate my love right now. I circulate my love.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
Circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
I circulate my joy right now. I circulate my joy.
And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Circulation across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts.
Well, I circulate my gifts right now. I circulate my gifts.
I circulate my gifts.
I circulate my gifts.
As it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Oh. Thank you. Here to guide us in the blessing of the offering, our prayer chaplain, Sherry Hoffman.
Hi. Let's take that energy. Woo, it's high today, isn't it? Let's just encapsulate those baskets of all the goodness we just gathered. And let us say together, we bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world and beyond. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. couple of things, of course, to let you know about. The Gratitude Gala is coming up. I know we say it every week. If you have not purchased your tickets yet, they are still available. There are tickets that you can purchase in the Desert Light bookstore. And we're also encouraging you to invite friends to this festive night. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be dancing, and there's going to be entertainment, and there's going to be a silent auction, and it's just going to be a good time. And so I'm super excited about our Gratitude Gala on November 10th. Please get your tickets for that. Also, part of that will be a 50-50 raffle. And that was good, huh? Tickets for the 50-50 raffle are on sale now. You can pick up tickets in the Desert Light bookstore. We're going to keep the offerings going right up until we have the gala that night. We'll probably be selling tickets at the gala as well. So it should be a pretty substantial, supportive amount. I love 50-50 raffles because, you never know what's going to happen. Also, it was brought to my attention that we don't talk about one of the other things that we offer here at Unity of Tucson right in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day on a Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. in the prayer room every single week. We do the midweek prayer service that is provided by Unity Worldwide Ministries, or actually Unity World Headquarters, the Silent Unity Prayer Service. It's approximately 30 minutes of guided prayer and quiet contemplation. Everyone is welcome to join us for that, and we would love to see you there. If you're available on a Wednesday afternoon, please join us for that. Also, Bears in the Chairs, we have one more week of collecting stuffed animals and bears so that we can get them all pulled together and ready to go as we then will deliver them on July 30th, which is our Christmas in July celebration. So please bring some stuffed animals, teddy bears, and you can collect them. We're collecting them here. You can see and give them some love out in the foyer in our alcove. Always delighted for the support that this community offers. We collect these, if you are not aware, we collect these and they get taken and given to children who are being transitioned into foster care. Do you still need bags? Yes, there are still sewing kits for tote bags as well. If you have skill on a sewing machine, and you don't need much skill because I can do it, you can help us by putting together some tote bags as well. And the stuffed animals go in the tote bags, and then they're given as a gift to these magnificent children. So it's one of the ways that we support our community. Our prayer chaplains today are Ruth Starwell and Sherry Hoffman. Sherry, who led us in meditation and guided us in the blessing, and Ruth, who offered our reading, affirmation, and prayer today. They will be available here in the community, in the sanctuary after the celebration today if you need a moment of prayer. They are ready and willing and able to pray for you on behalf of you to know the highest and best truth for you. You can also submit prayer intentions in our prayer intention box, which is in the lobby. As you exit, you will see it. And as you exit and see the prayer box, remember to turn to your right and go in and join us for hospitality, for some fellowship following the celebration as well today. So grateful to every single person who made today's experience the magnificent experience that it is. First of all, let us give great gratitude to our tech team, Don, Rowan, Jim, and Kyle back there. So grateful for your contributions to this magnificent thing we call service. Also, our prayer chaplains in service. I want to say thank you as well to Laura and to Nancy, our keepers of the flames today. Thank you so much. Emila De Toro for guiding us in our sharing. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to our entire hospitality team, all our greeters and ushers. You know who you are, and please know that you are so valued here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you to this magnificent team of musicians, Linda, Raphael, and Paul. So delighted and grateful to have you here. And let us give it up for our magnificent guest today, Aaron Anderson. Yay! Thank you. Before we close, it looks like we have some young people who are going to come up and tell us what happened in the... So you call this big church. Are we calling that little church?
That's a good question.
We should talk about that.
Yeah, we should decide.
Yeah. If you want to come up on stage, you can come up on stage, and we're going to dance, too, a little bit later.
Just 1 second. Hello, everyone.
So this is Jessica Brunk, who is our Youth and Family Ministries Manager. Yay!
Awesome. So today we talked about gratitude again and thankfulness and what that meant to us. And we have a few friends who, in just 1 minute, we have a few friends who want to share what they're grateful for. So this is Persephone.
I'm grateful for my mom and my cat.
And this is Tess.
I'm grateful for my dad.
And then we have Murphy.
I'm thankful for my mom.
Aww. And then we have Dane.
I'm thankful for my friend.
Awesome. So Logan would like to, okay, she would like to share a joke with you. Do you still want to share your joke? Okay.
That's not my joking.
Or do you want to share something you're grateful
No.
Okay.
And a banana said to the other banana who is his friend, he turned into an orange, and then he said, did you go home?
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. So, as we complete our time here today, let us share together this prayer of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to move your bodies for our closing song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Gonna let it shine, shine. All everybody, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Sorry about that. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. When there's light in the soul,
When there's light in the soul,
there is beauty in the person.
there's beauty in the person.
When there's beauty in the person,
When there's beauty in the person,
there is harmony in the home.
there's harmony in the home.
When there's harmony in the home,
When there's harmony in the home,
there is honor in the nation.
there is honor in the nation.
When there's honor in the nation,
When there's honor in the nation,
there is peace
in the world.
No more living in fear, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, oh no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. All my brothers and sisters, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. Let's light up the world, shine, shine. Shine, shine. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.